for 5 years, I went to a school for alternative healing. So I was studying human psychology and human development, anatomy and physiology, and how that interconnected into like our energy bodies, and how our electrical system and our brain was developing, and how traumas sort of along the way from like conception to death affect the electrical system and the wiring in the system, the central nervous system, the brain, all that. And so, he prior to him doing virus protection software, he worked at Lockheed Martin, which is, I suspect, how he even found the area, Woodland Park, but that's speculation on my part, or assumption rather. But he worked, at least what he told me, because we had conversations about energy, frequency, and he worked on ultra low frequency impulses. I can't say what he did there, and I don't know if that's public information or not, or what I don't know if, I know that him working there is public information. What he worked on specifically, I don't know if that's public information, so I won't speak to that, but he and I would have conversations about energy, frequency, how it affects, how everything that exists, if you have, the right tools or the right machines, you can indeed test the frequency of all things, including a penny or your body or this bottle of water or whatever. So we had conversations about energy and frequency and dynamics and things like that, and what he used to work on. And I was a student at the time, so I had to practice working with people, and then I had to turn in notes on that several times a week. I had to work with several people a week for years, for like 5 years, and turn those notes in. And he was one of my, he was one of the people that allowed me to work with him as a student. And when I would do that work, I would often use certain breathing techniques, and that is even how I went to the first of the breathing workshops that he held there on the property. Was because when I was working with him, he noticed my breathing techniques, and he was like, "Where did you learn how to do that? What's going on there?" And anyway, I ended up in his he invited me to one of the workshops that I had not been to before there on the property. And from everything that I could tell, he took this very seriously. And so when this producer and I had a conversation, and he told me that John said, "Oh no, that was all fake or a joke or whatever," I was there every day observing him, meditating every day, reading, writing, talking, asking a lot of questions. When he was writing, he also would write emails and send out emails. And at one point, one of the things that he did was like, he did basically like a series where he was like, "I'm gonna, talk to God, quote unquote," however a person defines that. And he went down for like